Are you planning an event? Managing group payments? TAC makes this effortless. Track attendees and boost engagement before and after your event. Create flexible forms. TAC keeps them in one place. Automate payments. No manual records, no confirmation hassles, plus built-in partial settlements. Group collection. Say goodbye to tracking payments manually. TAC handles it all, even recurring and partial payments with ease. Smart events, seamless collections, all in one place. Join TAC today. Go to tac.plus.
Coming up on the Rawder Kidula Show.
So this time now she started suffering depression.
This is the first 6 years of your marriage.
The second year she called a parent. Was it the second year?
No,
or the
she's
third
laughing
year?
about it now. That time it was serious business.
She called a parent. That was the second year.
Yeah.
So like she used to enjoy being pregnant because I was there for her that time.
That time. Why did you stop at 5?
I almost went up to 7. I wish I did.
Why didn't you leave?
Wow. I've not
Why
seen
did
it.
you get your bags, you pack your bags and go?
Christianity, we can say it's kind of a cultural system
Oh, yes.
because it has values and beliefs. Yeah. And as a Christian, I know what does the Word of God say. Tell me about her. How do I treat my wife? I treat her with love.
Yes.
I love her so much that she has no choice but to submit. Yeah.
There's this thing you are calling pornography. It's like I'm hearing quite a number of marriages are breaking because of pornography.
Doesn't it get boring?
Marriage.
Being
Sex
together.
in marriage for 45 years
Does
with
it
the
get,
same person.
because if it's just about this man, many women are said to many men to leave their wives hanging up.
Yes.
You know, they are not able to reach where they
To satisfy them.
to satisfy them, and they have hang-ups. They are left there, and eventually they become cold
Oh, yeah.
because it's just about you and you and you and you. Yeah, and therefore you'll have headaches.
Everybody, I have to say Happy New Year, even though it is a month after. Happy New Year 2025. Thank you so much for asking for the shows and supporting what we do. My name is Rawder Kidula Show, Mrs. I've been busy. I'm turning 7 years in marriage. Yay! Oh, wow. It will sound like so little when I introduce my guest today, but nowadays we celebrate even a month in marriage. It is by God's grace. So thank you so much for clicking on the link and watching this show. We are looking forward to having so many conversations this year because, as the Word of God says, marriage should be honored by all. And we won't keep quiet as we look at the world, dismiss marriage, despise marriage, advise each other that marriage is a scam and all that. We'll raise our voices, our Christian voices, and remind the society that marriage indeed works. And we have people who are actually happily married. It's not a scam. So thank you so much for doing that. If you have never subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe today. The more subscribers, the more the likes, the more the video will be exposed to more people who have no idea that marriage works. So welcome to today's show. I have a beautiful couple. This is the second time I'm meeting them physically, but I think I know you through your children. And I once interviewed them on Shared Moments with Justas. It's actually on their channel, but it was like a 10-minute interview. It was 10 minutes, and these guys have been married for... Yesterday, they turned 46 years in marriage. 46. Before I was born, they were married. It is that serious, yeah? So I would, what we do, introduce each other here. So you will introduce your wife to us. Who is she?
Yay! She's Margaret. Margaret Kagia. She's been my wife. She was taking care of me for the past officially 45 years, but unofficial about 46.
46,
Yeah, but 45 since we went to church. Because we went to church on the 2nd February, 1980.
Wow.
And so she has been my friend, my lover, and my best friend.
Yeah.
And we have enjoyed working together.
Tell us, what does she do? What does she like doing?
She enjoys growing things. She enjoys farming. And that's mainly what she likes doing. She enjoys cooking, so she cooks for me. And I enjoy her food. Yeah. What else?
She's a mother?
She's a mother. I have 5 children and a grandmother of several children. Quite a number. And so that's who she is.
Okay. Now it's her turn. Tell us who you are.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, he said I'm his wife, so for sure he's my husband.
Yes.
46 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because since 1979. And he's James Kagia, Wawero. Yeah, we have walked that journey together of marriage.
Yeah.
And we don't regret.
What does he do?
We are retired. Yes, but not tired, as they say. Yeah, he has been doing construction, but he has slowed. But being at home, we are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking care of each other.
Yes. Me mostly taking care of him. He doesn't take care of me.
So when did
I
you...
empower her to take care of me.
Oh, you empower her to take care of you. Husbands, have you had that? Empower your wife to take care of you. When did you two meet and where? The one who saw the other first as the original story.
We saw each other first.
We saw each other.
We saw each other. Good. She was in college when I first met her. And there were some people we had been to school together. Yeah? And they happened to be college mates. Yeah? So as I was going to visit my friend, she happens to be their friends too. So in that mix, I saw her. Yeah? I saw her and I think I started having some interest. That was 1977. Is that so? 1977. And we went on as I would visit my friend.
Why did you have an interest in her?
She looked very calm, very smart. She did not show like she had any interest in me.
She will tell us.
At that point. Yeah. And at one point, the three of them, my friends, I mean, those who are in school together, and they were together, so it was a lady and a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even at one point, they came visiting me. We had started working. And later she confessed that she was secretly admiring me. Yeah. But of course, in our days, it was not very easy to just say things. And so we went on until I think, was it around when was it? When did we really start connecting? Beginning of 79?
Yeah.
Yeah, beginning of 79. I think that's when we really, I invited her. Who invited who?
Where?
To meet. I used to meet, we met severally. I invited her, she snubbed my date. I'd say, come, let's have coffee. Then she'd say she's not interested. I mean, she really was not interested.
She was playing hard to get.
She was playing hard to get. But as she later confessed, she thought I was just playing with her. She thought I was joking.
Wow.
Yeah. But eventually, we had a date. We talked and we talked a lot. And we opened our hearts to each other.
Yeah.
That we have been secretly admiring each other. And we opened up.
Yeah.
And soon things started happening. That's as far as I can remember, but she remembers more details than I do.
Let's hear your side of the story.
Now, do we repeat it again? Yeah, because yeah, I was in college myself, and now his friends, the young man and the girl.
Yeah.
Now the girl was my friend, but both of them now, the young man and the young lady, they were friends because they were in a mixed school. Yeah. But the friend, the young man, is the one who wanted me, but I didn't want him. Yeah, the friend.
Your friend?
Yeah. I didn't want
Did she break your friendship?
Well, almost. Because even me, when I was meeting her and I was admiring her, I was not expressing interest because I thought my friend, because of the way he would talk about her, I thought they were. But Kumbe, he was admiring her, but
from far, and he was not even telling me.
But he was not even telling her.
But I didn't even. I couldn't have had. I really wanted to have him.
Why did you like him?
Oh, he had so many good qualities, this guy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's one I always talk about. Being in college, that was Kenyatta Medical Training Center then. And he used to come. He was working with the bank, one of the banks. So coming in the evenings, we could stand at the bus stop and talk. So one time, I think that time it was on a Saturday, he entered into the Kenya bus.
Yeah.
From in front. They had two doors, the rear and the front.
You're supposed to enter from the back. You exit from the front. But then he entered from the front because the bus was full. And the driver shouted at him and told him, "Toka." And the guy just walked down. And like many people, they wouldn't have done that. I really admired that.
You didn't argue with the driver?
Absolutely no. He was so calm, and I felt, wow, what a calm spirit.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that one really made me feel this is the man I want. Yeah, he didn't argue, he doesn't argue. And I really admired that calm spirit.
Wow. So did you involve parents?
Yes, we did. Unlike your time, you people, you know, the man comes to kneel down and asking you, will you marry me?
No, nowadays they start with, will you be my girlfriend?
Oh,
with the whole flowers and, yes.
Oh.
So he did not ask you to be his wife?
Not really. He asked in a way, because one time when I went to meet him at the bank, it was on a Saturday, so we used to meet and then we go for lunch or wherever or whatever we could do.
Yeah.
And he just asked me, when will you take me to your place? And my heart, I said, wow. That told me straight away, he wants me to be his wife.
Yes.
And I told him next week.
Allah?
Yeah, because he asked me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, straight away I knew now, oh, he's serious. So I took him to, my parents were living somewhere in South Sea, and we went. But before then, I think I had showed my mother his photo.
Yeah.
And my mother now, just like a mother, started asking me now, who is this? Where does he come from? How do you know whether he's not married?
Yes.
And I told her, yeah, I know he's not married. So we went, and my mother saw him. When we were leaving, my father also drove, and when I looked behind, I told him, oh, that's my dad. Can we go and say hello to my dad? Just on the way there. So we went. We said hi to my dad. What did he tell him?
Oh, after she introduced me.
Yes.
Of course, it was. I mean, you didn't introduce everyone. So the father said, okay, go bring your parents. Because it means you want my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's why you are here.
Because of that boldness.
Because of that boldness.
Telling your father that this is my friend. This is my friend.
So you went and brought your parents.
Yeah, I went and then planned for my parents and my brothers to come. I went and told my father and my mother, I found a girl I want to marry.
Wow.
Yeah.
It looks so simple. Who complicated this process? You find a girl, the girl finds a man, you meet parents, you're married.
Yeah.
You live together without seeing the parents or what?
No. I'm saying in this generation now.
This generation.
It is so complicated. That this process that you're describing now.
So it was straightforward. But of course, there was one. We had met one time, and she came to my house, and I really talked my heart out.
Yeah.
Telling her everything about me. Yeah, and that I was ready to get married.
Yeah.
It's not, will you marry me? So I'm ready to get married. So she had the same interest.
Okay.
And that's when now we talked to the parents. And soon enough, I brought my parents and my brothers to introduce them to the family where I had found a girl. And the process started.
Yeah. So in 1980s, when now you went to church?
Yeah, because that is now happening in 1979. So in 1980, that's when we went to church.
That means a white wedding?
Yeah.
What do you remember about your wedding?
We did a wedding in St. Stephen's, Jogoo Road, the Anglican Church. And it was a unique wedding, kind of a wedding, because it was at 3 p.m. It hadn't been had.
3 p.m.?
Yes, 3 in the afternoon.
Late?
Nobody was late. We didn't have much to do from morning to evening, because now my parents were in Nairobi, his parents were right here in Rongai.
Yeah.
So we felt we didn't all that from morning, what shall we be doing? And we did it at 3. So we went to church at 3. And the most interesting thing was my husband did not wear a suit. And men were wearing suits.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't wear a suit. He chose to be in a jeans. And it was...
Which generation are you? Are you sure you're not a Gen Z?
The rebellious generation. But largely, I had older siblings. And I think they were not keen on wearing suits. So I think we all agreed. And because they were going to participate, said, we'll wear jeans and a polo shirt. And I said, that's okay. Just kind of rebellion against these suits.
Yes.
Every day to the office.
Because you work in a bank, so you're
always in a suit.
That's interesting. Okay.
So it was very simple. I went church at 3, went for a small reception at a brother's place in Lavington. From there, I went to the park.
Before we went to, after church, that's where we went to
Central Park. Is it Central Park?
No. At Parklands, what do you call that place?
The Muru Road, as you go to Arakan, there's that.
Sports club.
There's a park there. Was it Central Park? I don't know whether it's still a park.
It's a park.
And
what are we going to do in the park?
To take
photos. It was simple, very simple wedding.
Nice.
Very simple wedding. So that's where we went for photographs. As we were seeing monkeys.
Yes.
And that was it.
You are now married.
We are now married.
So your first year of marriage, how was it?
Tough.
You had 2 people in love with a very calm man and a quiet woman. That's how you describe it.
And a very smart lady.
Yes.
And in love.
In love. What is tough?
But this man was totally ignorant.
You
see? Yeah. Look, I had come from a polygamous background.
Oh.
My father had 2 wives. Mm-hmm. And in our generation, I mean, we are kind of a generation in transition.
Yes.
From the patriarchal family setup.
Yes.
To a new kind of setup.
Oh, yes.
And it's like, even looking at the older men, I had not seen some romantic relationship much. The people I was interacting with. So, I have married, but I don't even know. I was marrying for myself.
Remember, as much as he had and still has that calm spirit, we were not believers.
Yeah, we were not believers.
When you're getting married, you are not born again.
No, we were not born again.
No.
So,
what do you mean you married her for yourself?
Role models. Because The only model I had seen, the first model was my parents.
Yes.
Where our mothers were there. He had 2 wives, and he was there as the man who calls the shots.
Yes.
Sindio. Then I had some
And they
older
all
people,
appear.
older people who were socializing with,
Yes.
and they were drinking together, spending time together over the weekends, and they would go home late.
Yes.
And that's all I knew. I mean, our free time we spend out there, have our drinks,
Yes.
socialize, and go home. And I remember the first Saturday being advised
She
by
remembers
one
it.
person. You don't start going home very early. Your wife has to get used.
To you arriving late.
Yeah, to arriving late. Otherwise, if you start very early, what happens when you go late? So you have to train her.
Yes.
These are the only role models I know. Yeah? And therefore life continued.
I know, sorry, she asked you, what do you mean by saying you married?
Yeah, for myself.
yourself.
I mean, because I had no idea what her needs were, what her expectations were. Right?
Yes.
We had not discussed anything about her expectations.
Yeah.
So I was marrying her to take care of me
To feed
because we have
you.
children, to take care of me,
Yes.
take care of my interests. That's all I knew. I never for any one moment or at any one moment think she had her own
Needs.
So I would go, and that's all I knew.
Yeah.
That's all I
That's
knew
the knowledge you
about
had.
me and a wife who takes care of me.
Of you. You are the husband.
Yeah. Looks selfish now, but that's how it was. So soon enough, she started, she would complain, you are coming late, why, blah, blah. But all this time, I love her very much. And even weekdays, sometimes I call her, she comes, we enjoy lunching together. Then we go home. But weekends are mine.
So when she would complain,
I would label her nagging.
oh,
Because the other men, I would tell her, look, I've come home early. I left the other men out there in the clubs.
she should be happy you
So
came
you should be happy. You should be happy.
Others are still out there.
Others are still out there.
Wow.
And this went on.
Although I know I did tell you that I didn't marry you. I didn't marry other people.
Yes.
I married you.
Yeah, that's what you'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about those people.
I didn't marry those ones who are out there.
Who are still out there.
Yeah.
I married you.
Yeah.
So how did you take it?
No, I didn't like it. It wasn't good. It wasn't, because unfortunately I think, even as he says, maybe the kind of people he was with, there were people who are full of life and really liked enjoying themselves out there.
Yes.
So I could imagine perhaps whatever they are doing.
Is also what he's doing.
Exactly.
Hey.
Yeah, so it wasn't, I didn't like it.
That's what you remember in your first year. What changed?
Now, the first about 6 years,
Uh-huh.
so this time now she started suffering depression.
This is the first 6 years of your marriage.
The second year she called a parent. Was it the second year?
No,
or the
she's
third year?
laughing about it now. That time it was serious business.
She called a parent. That was
Yeah, second.
the second year.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
third, 82. Sometimes in 82, yeah? They came and talked to us. And then they went, and of course, life continued.
She called her parents.
Yeah. To
talk to
complain,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
was
it
complaining.
didn't move you.
I think you start.
I started maybe slightly, and you see parents, they don't.
Yeah.
You see, you have your social network, and you don't know how to disengage.
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't even seen the need to disengage. Yeah, and that was the challenge. You want to continue the way you are
When you are single.
in your singlehood, and now here you are. You have a wife, and you don't know, and you don't want to look weak.
Oh, yes. To
Because
the
if the other
society.
men are out there, who are you to
stay home
say
and do what?
and do what?
Takaliwa.
Umekaliwa chapati.
Umekaliwa. So it went on
Yeah.
until I think in the 6th year. I think, was it in the 6th year?
In these years, are you conceiving? Do you have children?
Our children came very fast. Because by
You're not
in
supposed to conceive.
No,
If you're-
I thought the time when you are out there, she's just alone. There are no other responsibilities.
No, he's not sleeping out there.
No, I'm not sleeping out there.
Not you're not sleeping, but you are with your friends.
Yeah.
And she has children. You know, children are a lot of work.
Yeah.
So when I asked you, the society expects you to be home doing what? I didn't know that there are children in that house.
Can you imagine now the insensitivity? I have no idea. I have absolutely
no idea.
Because
you saw your mother's taking care
of us. Our father would go do whatever he was doing and come home. So I had no idea at this point.
Yeah.
But in the 6th year, she suggested we go and see a counseling psychologist.
Oh.
We had in our 5th year, I think we had seen him advertise something about parenting. Mm-hmm. So we had gone for a parenting seminar. Yeah, at the Hilton. So then in the 6th year, she suggested we go and talk to him. Mm-hmm. And we went.
Thank you for agreeing.
I agreed. You know, all
that
this...
is the hardest part.
Let me tell you, all this long, I loved her. I had not stopped loving her.
It's hard to believe that you are loving her.
It's only that I don't know how I'm ignorant. Mm-hmm. I don't know really how to express this love.
Yes.
But I know I have a wife and I love her. Yeah. I buy her what she wants.
Yes.
You know.
You take her for lunch.
And I take her for lunch.
And he doesn't beat me.
Yeah.
So we are not fighting. It's only that I'm finding her nagging.
Yeah.
Because the other men, I don't think they're nagged. Like, I mean, why is she nagging? Yeah? Mm. So we visit a psychologist. Mm-hmm. And that session taught me a lot. It was the first time, really, I was able to listen to her pain, to hear her. Mm-hmm. Her loneliness, her pain, her expectations. I had not heard about all this.
Yeah.
That was the first time
there was no premarital counseling?
No premarital counseling. The one we went was just very brief. And the only thing he did, what did he ask us?
You know what he asked us. That was enough. Although I don't see like it works, Rodah.
Premarital?
Yeah. I mean, really?
This counseling should just continue every year.
Yeah, I don't see like it works. I know. Sorry, I have cut you short.
Perhaps the way it's packaged, it should be, we'll look at that maybe later.
Yeah.
And of course, there wasn't much in that marital counseling. So we got married. I mean, we have gotten married.
We are now in the counseling session.
We have gone to a counseling session. Mm-hmm. And I see that's the first time I was really able to hear her.
Wow.
To listen. Mm-hmm. Because in therapy, of course, now somebody talks.
Yes.
And I heard her pain. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And her loneliness and her expectations and all that.
Yeah.
And fortunately, soon enough, that psychology, this is 85, 86. Mm-hmm. He started writing in the Standard of those days.
Yeah.
Largely on marriage and what have you. And I started consuming the articles.
Wow.
And Psychology Digest. And I started consuming. Mm-hmm. I started understanding the dynamics of relationships.
Yes.
And my life started changing.
Wow.
Yeah. So all along, I loved her, but I was ignorant. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had the peers, the social pressure to cope with.
Yes.
So things started changing because I'm learning a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But all this time, I treat her very well. Mm-hmm. I've taken her to Mombasa. I went to Mombasa to work, and it was so nice I had to take her. You know? And to me, I really love her very much.
Yeah.
But she's struggling with depression now.
Oh.
So we go on. I'm changing slightly. Mm-hmm. In 1990, which month was that? She goes to see a pastor.
June.
In June.
Yeah.
That time at All Saints Cathedral. We had moved from Roman Catholic, now we are All Saints.
All Saints,
And he led her to the Lord. Mm-hmm. And she came in the evening and told me I'm saved.
Born again.
Yeah?
Actually, it was not in the evening. We were going to pick our children from school. And then on the way, that's when I told you. Because you came to pick me from church so that we can go and pick the kids.
Yeah,
then on the way, I told you that. Mm-hmm. Now I'm born again.
Mm. And I started seeing a lot of changes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All along, I was finding Margaret very critical. Mm-hmm. Criticizing a lot of things, She happens to be a perfectionist.
Oh.
And perfectionist, even the 5% missing is always something.
Yes.
Yeah, they always see the cup half full. No, half empty.
Half empty.
But after she got saved, I started seeing a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And the depression started disappearing.
Wow.
That I sometimes later went to see the psychiatrist who was attending to her. And I was very keen. What does salvation have to do with depression lifting? Because she stopped visiting him. And of course, he taught me what he taught me. And then is it August? I was invited by a friend of mine, a colleague who had gotten saved earlier. He invited me to a fellowship.
Yeah.
He invited us to a fellowship somewhere near where Sitam Karen is, in that vicinity, a home fellowship. And we went. And the word was preached. And I was convicted. And I broke down and shed a lot of tears.
Wow.
Among so many ladies that it did not matter.
You didn't care who is here.
And I gave my life to the Lord.
Wow.
And from that point on, my life changed.
Wow.
My life completely changed. And I remember telling her, coming and telling her, look, you don't have to look back. But from now on, look at this place.
Wow.
I'm a new man.
Amen. Amen.
And from that moment, like I embraced now the biblical model of marriage. You see, all along I loved her.
Yes.
But I had no idea. Now I have to disconnect from my social network, that is. Yeah. And really, we have had a good marriage from that moment on.
Wow.
She's my best friend. Yeah. We are friends. And that's it. That was the journey for the first 10 years. It was not very easy. It was a learning moment. Very ignorant. Had no model. The only model I had was not applicable in this situation. And it's unfortunate because I realize a lot of men in my generation, divorce was not common. But a lot of marriages in our generation, psychologically, are dead.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Because we did not know how to transition from our father's model to a new model. Yeah? Because here is the lady who has high expectations now.
Yeah.
And we have no idea. I thought she'd behave like my mother. Yeah, I call the shots.
Say nothing.
I call the shots,
Yes.
and she follows.
He coughs and
Without nagging.
I cough,
coughs and I ask,
she
Yes.
comes.
what do you want?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear her side of the story.
Good.
About,
You are now married.
yes.
You are pregnant in these 6 years.
Yeah.
You said the children came first. So by the first 10 years, you had all 5?
Yes, I think so.
Oh.
The first 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually less, under 10.
8
years.
In the first 8 years.
We got 5 of them.
So you were in this situation, you are either pregnant or having a newborn.
No, but the most interesting thing about it, anytime I was expectant, I think that's the time I really enjoyed his companionship. He was very caring, very, very caring. Very interesting about that. Yeah.
So, like, she used to enjoy being pregnant because I was there for her that time.
That time. Why did you stop at 5?
I almost went up to 7. I wish I did.
Why didn't you leave?
Wow. Had not
Why
seen
did
it.
you get your bags, you pack your bags and go?
It was not very common, as he says, during our time, even divorce.
Yes.
I think I had heard of just one or so. Yeah. There were no divorces. I had not seen anyone live in my place. My mother never left. And before, for quite some time, my mother was almost on her own up country when my father was in Nairobi.
Oh, yeah.
And we were not seeing my father many times, maybe once a year or so. And I never saw anyone leaving.
Wow.
So it
So
was not
you
enough.
had that wasn't an option for
No,
you.
no. And in any case now, because he was never harsh to me,
Oh, yeah.
he was not beating me, as I hear that men, I don't know whether they're still doing it today, they were beating their
Wives.
their
They
wives.
still do some.
And actually even quarreling, he wasn't. Because what I used to do, the moment I'm disappointed with him, actually I would go for about 2 weeks, kneel by mouth.
Kneel by mouth.
Yeah.
That's painful.
And the more kneel by mouth, the more then I go.
The more she's not talking to you, the more you go hang out with your friends.
Yeah. He comes late. And so the option of leaving, I think, my mind never entertained it. Yeah, my mind never entertained it.
Yeah.
So that's how it was.
Now you're born again.
Yeah.
How was parenting for you? Because when I came, you told me that you used to take your children how many kilometers?
From here to
school.
Westlands.
Yeah.
From here to Westlands, how many kilometers? Maybe 25, 28.
That wasn't far.
No, not those days. Because there was no traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And of course, those days there were no school buses,
Oh, yeah.
generally. So
There
just
are
take
not
the
so many
children to
schools around
school,
here.
go to work, pick them in the evening, come home. Yeah? Yeah. So on Friday, of course, I drop the children. I drive out.
Wow.
My weekend has started.
My weekend has started. Did that affect your children in any way?
What I find interesting is because now the time he's talking of when he was really hanging out with the so-called friends, I think it was quite early.
Yeah.
Because from 1984, I think he started changing now, disengaging from the peer pressure of his people. I think he started discovering himself and knowing who he is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to go with the men out there to prove that he's a man or he's married. Yeah. So from 84 is when he started stopping even drinking.
And I started reducing,
Yeah. I don't think our children really were affected by that because they were quite young, isn't
They were
it?
quite young.
They were quite young.
Yeah, because by the time, even when we did our 10th anniversary, that time you had stopped drinking completely.
Yeah, that time I had completely stopped drinking.
I think since 84.
Yeah.
From 84.
From 80, started reducing,
Yeah.
spending more time here
Here.
in the family, playing with my children. I used to
A
enjoy
lot,
playing
yes.
a lot together.
Yeah, many.
You raised your children here?
Yeah, largely here. Started in where we started, came to Ngong town, then we came here. So our children, we connected very well because started spending Saturday mornings.
Together.
Sunday we are together going to church, going to the park. Yeah,
Every
to buy
Sunday,
chips every Sunday after church.
Yay.
So we connected very well.
I never missed his presence at all.
Wow.
Absolutely no. Absolutely no.
And I'm always with them in the morning
Going
and
to
in the
school,
evening.
bringing them back home. So if you were to, you've been married for 45 years. If you were to advise someone who has started a family and they have children, what would you tell them on parenting?
To the marriage itself.
To the marriage itself, yes.
Because it's the marriage that gives
the children.
birth to children. And that's why we faced a lot of challenges. And that's where challenges still are.
Yes.
Right? And one thing that we have learned is that conflict in marriage is a must.
It's a must. Whether you're born
For a healthy marriage.
or not.
For a healthy marriage, conflicts are a must. Because our parents did not have conflicts because there was only one voice.
The man.
The man calling the shots.
Yes.
But in an unhealthy marriage, there will be no conflict. If one person is a wallflower, is a
Yeah.
is a wallflower just to be seen. But so long as it's a healthy marriage,
Yeah.
then there will be conflict. Why? Because I am different from her. Yeah? My temperament is different.
Yeah.
I see things differently. If you tell us to write a composition about these flowers, it will be different.
Different, yes.
Yeah? So whatever issue we have to agree on, generally we'll look at it from different perspectives. And that generally what brings conflict.
Oh, yes.
Because me, according to my temperament, the way I am, and my background, say told you I came from a polygamous. That's all I knew. So, and I will interpret things from that basis. And she'll interpret things from what she knows.
Yes.
And she's right according to herself, and I'm right according to myself. There, conflicts arise.
Yes.
Yeah? So what happens, and that's generally what causes a lot of problems. Because as far as I know, this is it.
Yeah.
As far as she knows, this is it. So who gives way?
Yes.
So now, unless,
One of you.
because if we are friends, then we'll bring the matter to the table, we'll discuss.
Yes.
Yeah? And we'll be free to share our thoughts. Yeah? I see it because of ABCD. And these are the benefits for us, for the family. This is what I see. Yeah? And then she'll also bring her issues. Yeah? So we are free to share. And then we'll look at it and see what is best for us and for the family and for our marriage. Then we'll make a decision.
Oh, yes.
But many times, people hold their grounds.
Yes, I'm right.
Yeah? And one person either feels completely out of place because it's always your way.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? It's always your way. But a healthy marriage requires a lot of meeting, a lot of dialogue, a lot of getting together and discussing things.
Yes.
And this is one thing we learned. And when there are very heavy issues that we cannot discuss here, we look for a place. Either we go out. Out there, we are more relaxed. Is it lunch? Is it a break? And then we can discuss those issues.
There.
And generally, we find a solution where we emerge feeling we have won. I mean, no one has lost.
Yes.
Yeah? Because the moment a marriage starts, moves along in a way that only one person wins, then it becomes, it starts dying. Because the neglected party then, what happens? So I think we need to learn a lot. First, appreciate that we are different in our temperament, in my makeup.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe one is an extrovert, the other one is an introvert. She's a perfectionist. I'm a diplomat. You know? So all those factors will come in.
Yes.
And they disrupt our relationships. And the fact that this is all I know. It was right where I came from. So what are you telling me? Yeah. So marriage conflict are a common thing. Whether we are saved or not saved. So long as there are decisions to be made, including the way we parent.
Oh, yes.
Because she'll say, for me, this is how we were parented. This is how our mother treated us. This is how we should treat our children.
Yes.
Yeah, like me, I keep telling him that.
And that's what we always do. And I tell her, this is how we were parented. Yeah?
We were all brought up differently.
We were all brought up differently. Like in our place, our father was very tough, disciplinarian.
Yes.
But our mother was very,
Calm.
very calm. And yeah? So we differ even in the way we parent.
Yes.
Because I was parented. Our background is critical, is very crucial. Because it's the only school we know.
Yes.
Yeah? And her background is the only school she knows.
She knows.
Conflicts are bound to arise. Yeah? And the moment we appreciate, we first accept that we are different. It's a fact of life. And therefore we will see things differently. And then we agree that each person should have room to discuss, to bring, to express their point.
Yeah.
Yeah? But this is what kills a lot of marriages, where one person feels completely neglected. Me, my point of view is never taken.
Yeah.
Because the strong party feels. But we see with our parents, it was only person, the man had the say, he had the resources. But now she has her own part, I have my own part. We really need a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
She asked about parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Yeah,
He said it starts with the
yeah,
marriage.
it starts there. Yeah. Because even parenting
Yes.
also starts there.
There.
Yeah, that we are different even in our
Your
I want to discipline my children like this, and the other person, no. That's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah? And so that's just background, what we have learned in life. Margaret and me, we are totally different.
And yet we love each other.
Yeah?
And yet we love each other.
And yet we love each other. Because love is first and foremost a commitment.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? And once you have committed to love this person, despite whatever differences there are, then the emotions will come. Because you are committed to loving this person and to caring for this person.
Yeah.
You feel good. Your feelings will generally, yeah? But when again, we just rely on the feelings alone without commitment.
Yeah.
And the word of God, of course, love can only be built on commitment. And, God has committed to love us. Sindio?
Yes.
So for us, we are told to love. And the man has to take the lead. And that's a challenge I think we have in our generation. Yeah, in our time. Because man, according to God's plan, yeah, is the team leader.
Yes.
Is the vision bearer. And when that has a problem, when there is a problem in that area, then it becomes a big challenge.
A challenging. Oh. Wow. Now we've gone back to marriage and conflict.
I have a gift for your teen daughter. Sorry to interrupt the conversation. My name is Rawder Kidula, and I present to you this book for my beautiful teen girl. It's a gift challenging the teen girl to have godly values. It talks about many issues that they go through and inspires them to be better teens. See details on the screen of how you can get it. Thank you.
Is this something you have learned? Especially now for you as a woman, we are told that our tongues, we are breaking our homes with our own hands. Has this art of conflict resolution always been in you? Or it's something that you have learned through the years?
I don't know. I think it's learning also through the years. And being a Christian also, a believer, I think the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit has led, keeps guiding me. The tongue could not have been very rash or harsh. But as I said, I was keeping quiet. I could keep quiet for 2 weeks, and keeping quiet also is talking.
Yes.
Yeah. So, things have gone changing as time goes by. So I think I've learned a lot as time goes by. And I think that's how it is.
Well, what would you advise me in my 7 years as a wife?
As a wife. Yeah, to listen to your husband and to, when there's a conflict, you just agree to reason together. Yeah, you don't show that, you are the boss, or you have to listen to me, you have to, yeah, you just work together and listen to him, and don't show like, it has to be me or the highway.
Yeah. Now we can go back to parenting. Before we started the show, we all agreed that parenting is hard. And for you, your children, some of your children are very famous in this nation, right? And even beyond. Like Tina has been on radio. She's a really good journalist. Your son as well. I don't know his name. I know him as DNA. Right?
Yeah, he's Dennis.
He's DNA, Dennis, right? I know him as DNA. How harder is it to raise children who are in the public? Or is it easier?
It's harder. It's harder. Yeah, being out there, it's like everybody now knows these children.
Oh, yeah.
I think what has helped us is praying. praying for them, because it's not easy. Because even them, as you remember when we were talking off camera, we were saying even for a man of God, that he can feel like he's so big because people are really trying to, I don't know even how to put it.
People kind of worship him.
That is it. Yeah. Like them, like now those children, I know one is a sanguine, and with sanguine, one is happy to be out there.
Yes.
So I think we have really been trying to tell them, really remember, this is a gift from God. There's one whom you don't even know, and he does even bigger things than these ones you're talking about. And we always remind him, remember, this is a gift from God. You haven't given it to you. The moment you feel like, okay, it's you who is doing it, I think you go off the way.
Yeah.
So it can't have been, it hasn't been easy. But I think it's praying. We do pray a lot, and I think that's what helps us.
How did you discipline them, especially when they were teens?
For me, I don't know what he sees, but to me, I usually say when our children were teenagers, we didn't go through any crisis with them. As many parents talk about, now my child is a teenager, he or she doesn't listen. I think they were quite okay. Things started changing when they went to college.
Oh, young adults.
Yeah. That's when things started changing. Because we usually even tell each other, if these people went the way they were when they were teenagers, perhaps we could be the most arrogant parents, thinking that we have really done it. Yeah, we have. Other people don't know how to do it, because indeed we had no complaint at all. Yeah, when they were teenagers.
How do you discipline a young adult?
Wow.
It is very difficult because if you are not friends, you see the parenting requires a lot of balancing, and each child is different. We must first accept that. There are 5. They are all very different. No child is like the other.
Yes,
they are all different. Now the other thing that we, like she's saying, is that we face is that they are largely artists. They are artists.
Yes.
Artists are not very easy to raise, as we learned. Because they are not conventional. They don't follow the conventional path.
Yes.
So in early years, of course, they are all okay until they get to college.
Yes.
One starts saying they want to sing.
Want to be a singer.
One had said want to be a DJ.
Yes.
Christian DJ.
Yeah, Christian DJ.
And Christian DJ.
And you're telling them, first go to college, finish.
Yes. To go to college and learn DJing, or?
Yeah, go first to college and learn something. Then you can DJ. Sindio, if you really want to.
Yeah.
But just being a DJ without
a certificate.
So we had those challenges. One first drops from a university, says, I want to sing.
Yes. I want to sing fast.
I want to sing fast.
That is us.
Yeah, and he steps out and he sings and he makes a lot of money that time.
So, as a parent, when you mentioned that, parenting is hard. I don't even know the question I have. Let's say the example is Rodah. Rodah, stop singing fast, go to college. But I defy and go sing, then I make a lot of money. So as a parent, do you still think I need to go to school? Or I'm okay? Do you think you are giving me bad advice?
You see now the parents, you're thinking about the future. You're not seeing throughout your life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if it's possible, at least get some course, finish, then you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So generally, because our children are artists, we have had that challenge.
Yeah.
That one wants to do ABCD, one wants to do XYZ. And you don't understand, because for us, we know the conventional way.
Yes.
You have finished, go to college. Finish, and
get a job.
And when you go to college, it's engineer, doctor, pilot.
Yeah. Economics.
Yeah.
Come.
Not get DJ.
Come and get an office job.
Yes.
And you find, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do as a parent?
Animation.
Animation.
They have passed very well, but they're telling me this is what I want to do. And they know what they are saying, But for you, you're in a new world. There's a new world. Yeah? So at that point, it's quite a challenge. And you have to listen.
And support.
And it's a new world to you.
Yes.
These are even things you don't know.
Yes.
So it was quite a challenge. But the beauty, because you can discipline a person at that level. You can only discuss. Yeah? Reason with them.
Yes.
And we had a lot of sessions talking together, discussing. And we still do, of course, through the whole journey. The journey has had its own challenges. But what has held us together really is that we can sit and talk.
Yeah.
And discuss things.
You're friends.
We are friends. And of course, every parent, especially nowadays, should really work on that friendship.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you're disciplining, you're training the child, but you also make sure you can talk. Because age comes when you cannot discipline.
Oh, yes.
You cannot. They will defy your authority if you are just being authoritative.
Yes.
Yeah? Or authoritarian. So you really need time to really engage.
Wow.
But parenting is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah,
Because-
one writer said parenting is not for cowards. And indeed, it's not for cowards.
You have to be very firm
Yeah.
and also maintain that closeness,
That is the issue.
that you can influence them. Yeah?
I wish we could just pick a side. Neither a friend, because being firm, 1 minute you're here, you should not do this, then the next minute we are friends. The balance.
Yeah, that's the tricky balance.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're disciplining and you train, but because you love them. Yeah? So you're not pushing them out there. You really still want them to be close.
Close.
Yeah? That we can
Yeah.
sit and talk.
But you know, the firmness, when you're firm later, as we said, later, they will actually come to thank you and
Oh,
say,
yes.
we thought you are too harsh, we thought you're not understanding, but your firmness has really bore some fruit. Yeah. Later they will come and tell you, we really appreciate. Because here, I do hear some of them saying, wow, we thought you are too, you are too harsh, you are too difficult, but we are glad that you did it. Yeah.
Because if you didn't,
Yeah.
things would have been worse. Yeah.
And it's hard. I know you have faced challenging moments we did not expect.
Oh, yeah.
You did not expect that a child will get to a point and then you hear they're drinking. You know, in college or
Yes.
thereafter. But if some things come. Yeah. And some parents, some would say you are too strict. So when they went to college, then they were free.
Oh, they were free to do.
Others will tell you, no, you are not strict enough. You don't even know.
You don't even know which is which.
You don't know which is which.
There's no manual,
Because
as you said.
suddenly they behave in a way you did not expect. Yeah? Peer pressure.
Oh,
They're also
yes.
facing their own peer
Their
pressure.
own peer pressure. Their own generation comes with its own.
Yeah, with its own challenges.
Yeah.
Like we had our own peer pressure,
Oh, yes.
even as adults. So they come sometimes to shock you. And they want to develop their own identity, to build their own identity,
Yes.
separate from you. They think now you're too old. You don't understand this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you remain a parent? Sometimes I even wonder how my own parents did not chase us. Tell us, go.
It's today you're seeing that now because
I'm
you're also,
older, yeah.
because you're a parent also. Those days you thought maybe they were, I don't know even.
Old school.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did not understand.
They don't understand me. They don't. Even they are, at some point you feel they don't like you.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And yet
Because
it was-
they're preventing you from doing what you
Yeah,
enjoy.
having fun.
From having fun.
And yet they
Yes.
can see, because they have walked a longer distance than
Yeah.
you, they can see what's ahead of that. Yeah.
How do you stop yourself from comparing children?
Again, it's a learning process.
Your own children, Ama.
Your own.
Yeah, your own.
Like sometimes you feel like all five are yours and you should love them equally. But the decisions some make, What makes you stop from feeling like this is my favorite? And showing them. There are parents who actually show children this. Kwanza, we've just gone home for Christmas. There are parents where it's so evident. It's so evident. Wanangoja nani. We are waiting for nani to come. And the way they arrive, the way they are treated, it's different.
Does it happen that way? I don't know. That one is a tough one, although, even with the children themselves, if they're not performing, and they know they are not performing, they'll just imagine that they're not loved.
Yes.
And yet the parent loves them. I don't know. I don't know about us. For me, as a parent, I'm not sure there's a child I can say, you love more. But besides that, as much as I don't have a child that I love more, of course there is a child you'll call, she or he will come faster than the other one. Maybe you're in need of something. Yeah, you call somebody, one comes even before the other one.
Yes.
And perhaps now this other one will start thinking maybe he or she's not loved.
But you did come first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But comparing, I don't know.
Having favorites.
Yeah, like it's a challenging thing because children are different.
Yes.
They emerge differently. Yeah, they respond differently. And generally, a parent will tell you this child, if I want someone I can rely on
this one.
Yeah, if I give them instruction, I know they'll be carried out straight away. I know if I give this one, chances are that
but this one also has their strength.
But this one also they have their strength. So they are different. And therefore, for a parent, you really have to balance.
Oh, yes.
And for them, again, they are looking at the parent and seeing how you are treating. Yeah? And they do not understand you have a basis for why did I instruct this one and not this one to do ABCD? Because I know this one will do exactly what I tell them. So it's a trick because children sometimes compare them. They look at each other, they look at the parent, and they say like you are favoring that one.
But they refuse to look at themselves.
But they refuse to look at
as to why.
They will not see.
Yeah, the reason as to why my dad or my mom, ordered this to do this or that.
Yes.
Yeah, they refuse to look at themselves.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for them they will not see, but for the parent, you know your children.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they cannot be the same. They cannot be the same. They come from the womb differently. Yeah? And that is something we must again appreciate. We need to know that. We did not know that.
Yeah.
But we now know they are all different. Wired differently.
We learn on the bench.
Yeah, we learn on the bench. Yeah. And for them, they are looking at you to see whether you are treating them in the same way. Yeah. And I've met adults who complain that their parents or their fathers love one
their
more than the others. Their sibling more than the other.
Especially when it came to academic performance.
Yeah. So there are all those things.
Yeah.
But a parent, of course, has to be very sensitive. Yeah. To their differences. You know they are different and you don't compare them. Yeah? You don't compare them, you handle them according to the way they are.
Okay. Now we can come back to this marriage. We can come back to marriage. Now, you said during your time divorce was not something you could hear all the time, but in these times now, it's almost becoming normal. Why do you think so? Why are marriages breaking and not even feeling anything about it? There are some who feel like it's nothing. I got married last year, I'm divorced, I'm getting married again. It's nothing.
Well, a lot of things have changed, right? And like we've already said, marriage is tough.
Yes.
It's difficult. And as the society changes, it appears like man is losing his place. We have come from the patriarchal family.
Yes.
We have, like now in the Kenyan situation, we are the transition generation that left, that one. We came and found the empowered woman.
Yes.
And we now, my generation and those slightly older than me, we do not know how to handle
the empowered woman.
The empowered woman who is demanding to have a say because she is also learned like you. She has gone to school. She is working. Yeah?
Yeah.
And it requires a completely different kind of game now. Yeah? But this man, we remained stuck. Many of us remained stuck in our father's shoes.
Yes.
In a different world. And so it could not work. Yeah? Like we were saying. But of course for them, they also had not seen, divorce was not a common thing.
Yes.
Yeah? And what happened in our generation is that a lot of marriages psychologically died. Right? Because the woman had expectations, unlike our mothers. And this man had no idea, like I talked about myself, about this woman's expectations.
Yeah.
We were expecting her to behave like our docile mothers. And of course, this woman who had expectations now felt neglected, had no place.
Yes.
Yeah, but divorce was not common. So, of course, she would go cold.
Yeah.
She would go cold because she has been neglected. So the marriage is there, but it is dead.
Dead.
Yeah? And many, many marriages in our generation
are dead.
Yeah? People are together because divorce was not common. But the marriage, psychologically, is dying. But the children are there. Yeah?
Yeah.
So now, come to the younger generation now. I think it's a different world. Because the woman, again, is getting more and more empowered. If you can't agree, she can go and raise her children. She has the means to take care of her children. Yeah? And therefore, it's much more easier to live. But unless we really embrace God's model, yeah? And the man, I believe, has to repackage himself. Because every institution needs a team leader.
Yes.
And if the team leader has no direction, no idea, like I did not have in the early years, what was the marriage all about? Yeah? It started at the hormonal level. We are excited, feeling excited. I like this guy. I like this lady. But soon enough, the hormones settle down. Time comes for decisions. Yeah?
Yeah.
What really do we want our marriage to be like? And so long as we do not have a picture of what we want, yeah?
Yeah.
Someone called Covey, who writes about the 7 habits of highly effective people, talks about having the end in view, the end in mind. What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so people are getting to marriage just excited about this thing. We're excited. I love her. She loves me.
She loves me.
But soon, that stage settles down. And you now have, so what was it all about? Now that the feelings are settling down, because there are issues now, there are issues to talk about. Yeah? At that point, they do not know what to do. And they have no model. Yeah? And I think most of the young people have also come from those marriages, like you're saying, which are psychologically dead.
And they don't want that for
and they
themselves.
do not want that. And I have heard young people say we were hypocrites.
Yeah.
Because we were together, but there's no marriage. I don't know whether you've heard that.
Yeah, they do. They are more open than us. I think our time, our generation was a bit closed.
Yes.
Now it's so open. And the freedom
it's
is so
open now.
Yeah,
Too
the
much.
freedom. Yeah, the freedom. Because even for us, for somebody like me to go discussing my husband with somebody else,
abomination.
my goodness. And today, they go, the girlfriends, they are all married and they are discussing their husbands. It was never heard of. So today, I think, with the openness and the social media, it's also contributing a lot.
Yeah.
It's contributing a lot, and many factors why the marriages are not even working. Although he says our marriages, were they working?
Which ones now?
Our marriages now,
Your generation.
Yeah, our generation.
Our generation. Yeah.
He says at times, women were really pressed down, but because they didn't have
stayed for
They stayed there.
Yeah, they stayed for the children.
They stayed there.
They didn't have the freedom that is there today. Today, a young girl will not agree to be sat on.
Yeah.
She'll just walk out, and as you say, and perhaps even the shame has disappeared.
Yeah,
the embarrassment, there's no embarrassment. Yeah, they don't wonder. No one cares. Yeah, we live today. I leave you today, and tomorrow there's somebody else. And like during our time, so the generation, the things have really changed. We have gone so much to the West. I mean, because that's where we have really, most of the time, heard of my ex, 1, 2, 3 exes.
Yes.
Yeah, and for them it's no big deal, but it has really caught up with us here.
Yeah.
And I think it's like your generation, some of them are really enjoying to say, my ex, which was an embarrassment.
Yeah.
And two, in the church, during our time, even the divorces were not allowed. I don't know whether I put it as it was not allowed or what.
You had really to prove, to have a reason for divorce.
For divorce.
And whom do you prove to? Whom do you prove to?
The
So
pastor.
even in court, you really had to prove.
And you're not allowed to get married. But today the church,
after.
the church is allowing it. I don't know whether it's a church, I don't know. That's why it's easier now even to walk out.
Because you just come back to the church, then you get married to another person.
Yes. We have seen even people who are preaching and they are divorcees. And those days, I think it was
It wasn't.
Yeah. So it's like the world has opened, not to a very positive way. The freedom has become too much, and no one feels an obligation even to stick to the husband or to the wife, to be committed. Yeah, that commitment is no more, is no longer there. So with that freedom, I think people can just take things casually. Even that marriage, it doesn't matter. It's no big deal.
Oh,
Just a quick
it
one.
doesn't mean that people who are divorced should not come to church, or we're just saying that the freedom makes others think, even me, I can just divorce and I'll still preach. I'll still,
And perhaps to understand where we are now, just look back. Initially, marriage was held together by culture.
Oh, yes.
The culture of a society that says the man does, the wife does, the children do, and everyone submits and subscribes to that culture. Now that culture is gone. Now what else is going to hold a marriage together?
Yes.
Without beliefs, without religious beliefs, because even other communities, other than being even the Christians, where people stick to their religious beliefs, their religious values, the marriages hold together because they are subject to, that religion becomes like a cultural system. We have do's and don'ts. The husband does, the wife does. They hold together. But now we are in a fluid state. Without religious values, as far as Christians, Christianity, we can say it's kind of a cultural system. Because it has values and beliefs. And as a Christian, I know what does the Word of God say. Tell me about her. How do I treat my wife? I treat her with love. I love her so much that she has no choice but to submit. Because she knows she's loved. With love comes affection, and all those things, affirmation, and you care for the other person. And of course, then she has no choice but to submit to this person who loves her
so much.
Now, it's because becoming a Christian really helped me. Because now there is no culture. Now, the Bible became my foundation. I'm commanded to love her, like as Christ loved the church. Silio. So I choose to love her. And because I choose to love her, that comes with the feelings for love. Sindio? Now, in the modern society now, unless we are firm on that, both of us,
Yes.
there is a challenge. And there's, of course, the girls are largely blaming the men, from what I've heard.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Many men, like I was in those early years, addicted to, alcohol. We are not addicts, but we, yeah.
But for your time, you are addicted, not even addicted, you are drinking, but still taking care of.
Yeah, it was just social.
You are still
social.
the head of the family. The problem we are having now is they're just not responsible.
The man now has to up.
Decisions.
The man has to up his game. There is no institution that can survive without a leader.
Yes.
And God ordained man as the head of the family.
Yes.
Yeah. But now, the man has abdicated his responsibility. Either being intimidated by this modern woman, by this liberated woman, who also has her own finances and what have you. I think the man needs to repackage himself. I am the team leader. I'm the vision bearer.
Yes, the head.
I'm the head. I have to set the temperature in this room. If it's love, by loving my wife. Men also need, because the wife now is empowered, they need to understand a lot. Who is this? Who is this woman? What are her needs? What are her expectations? Let me tell you, a lot of ignorance is there. We don't even understand how we are, how different we are. Even our sexual differences. We don't have no idea.
Yeah.
And we really need to do a lot of learning. We need to do a lot of reading to understand where we are, the man of today.
Yes.
Because he has to retain his position. He may not have all the money, but he can still be the vision bearer for this family. What do I want the family to be?
Yes.
How do we sustain it?
Yes.
But this one of quickly I can step in, is not working, I step out.
Step out.
Who is going to make it work? So the commitment first is lacking. I am in this marriage to stay. Yeah, and I want to make it work. And if a man wants to make the marriage work, it cannot die. Rarely will a woman kill a marriage if the man is really on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But they say men then are not serious. Yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
That's
Is that what is your
That is what they're saying. Most single ladies I know, but also the men, they're also saying now the women are so empowered they can't listen to us. They can't respect.
You see, if a man has nothing to present, Cindy,
Yes.
because traditionally it's me now who called her to come to my house. You're my wife, I've married you.
Yes.
I'll take care of you. Yeah? And in as much as I had no idea exactly what it entailed, I was really feeling I was the man in charge.
Yes.
Right? So, this empowered woman wants somebody who knows what he wants. Cindy, and who is committed and who has a vision.
Yeah.
So when the man has, especially if you have no money and no vision, then what are you kept for? I mean,
Maybe more of the vision.
more of the vision. if you have no vision,
Yeah.
yeah,
You can't even make the money.
exactly. So it's a challenge now. I think the man has to up his game. He has to up his game and realize he is a team leader and reposition himself
And lead the woman.
and lead the woman. Every
Is
woman.
today's woman, does she want to be led?
I don't think so. Yeah.
The opposite is also true.
Yeah. I don't think
Today's
so.
woman,
She doesn't want.
she doesn't want to be led.
No.
That's the other issue now on the
Yeah,
other
the talks
side.
I hear here and there is like they are not willing.
To be led.
Yeah. So I don't know how it's going to be done.
You see now they have to really first. We were created for relationship. Yeah, marriage is God's idea.
Yes.
Cindy. So we really have to first determine: do we want to get married? If we want to get married, what do we want?
Then why?
What do we want in this marriage? What is the big picture? And if I want to take young people through that, I would get separately each one to really state. What are you looking for? What do you have in mind? What do you expect?
In marriage.
And then we work on how do we make it work. Yeah, if both are serious, how do we make this work? But unless they have the big picture, we want a marriage that we will both enjoy, we will do what have you, because a marriage must satisfy both.
Yes.
Mutual satisfaction is a must. It's not one-sided, like I thought during my early years.
Yeah.
It's mutual, because you have different needs. And unless we are really there saying, I'm ready to walk with this person. And the other person, and it's not about money then. Money is important.
It's not money.
Yeah,
it's not
money is important.
It's not money.
Money is very important.
It is important, but it's not
Everything.
Yeah. But the woman now is also losing because man was created to really feel he's the leader. The moment he is challenged so much, he loses his esteem.
Yeah.
Especially if he has no money. You have more money than he has.
But it's
And,
our money.
Unless really people say, now, how do we want this partnership to be?
Yes.
Because now we have to agree it's a partnership. Because you have your money, he has his money. So how do you make it work?
Yes.
Yeah? What is the vision for this marriage?
Oh.
Because now people are just walking in and
out.
walking out. As soon as the excitement, because the excitement is there initially, as soon as the excitement dies, people wonder, what was it about?
No, we're told don't have sex. When you get married, you have sex all the time. Then you get married, and you discover you cannot. It's not even healthy.
And that is why people need even to learn about their sexualities. And it's different. Isn't it? Man is different from a woman.
Yeah.
In our sexuality, we are different. But men hardly understand the woman's sexuality, that she's different. What are her expectations?
Yeah.
What does she expect, and how do you help her achieve that? Because to a lot of men it's about him. Right?
Yeah.
So, but a woman is very, very different. And this is important also. It's an important part of marriage.
Yes.
Yeah? But is it taught anywhere?
We are afraid in church. But nowadays we try.
You try. So all these things are important, right? But marriage needs to be repackaged, because people find, yes, you're in love, you're saved, and you're in love, but there are things that are not working in this relationship.
Yeah.
And they do not know where to turn. Therapy is also important. May I recommend therapy when people are struggling? Just to someone to help them really speak out and understand each other. Because people jump from one marriage, you go to the other one, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
the other one doesn't work. Then the problem must be with me. Yeah, or there is something we do not understand. And this is where we need to go. What is it that we do not understand about marriage? Do we understand each other? Do I understand myself? Because it has to start with me. Who am I?
Yeah.
That's self-awareness and submission to God's plan. Right? Because once we submit to God's plan, then we are able to work out on the other things. Yes, we don't understand this, but we can read about it, we can seek counsel about this, provided I'm committed to this institution.
But there's something else I'm hearing. I'm not sure whether we should talk about it here, about these marriages of today.
Your beautiful hair.
Thank you. Social media.
Yeah.
There's this thing you are calling pornography. It's like I'm hearing quite a number of marriages are breaking because of pornography.
Yeah.
And now the woman is not able even to go and tell her parents that I'm leaving this man because he's addicted to pornography. So I think I've had quite a number of them now. Yeah.
Why would a man watch pornography and they have a wife?
I think either it starts early or out of curiosity. Pornography generally, sexuality, there is a lot of curiosity about this.
Yeah.
So people wanting to find out. And once you expose yourself,
Yeah.
you get hooked.
Oh, yes.
You get hooked. We are people. Our bodies run on hormones and what have you. And the moment someone gets hooked, like people get hooked to alcohol, it changes your brain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that excessive stimulation. I don't know why people should go watch others doing what they do.
And you have someone you can do it with.
But now, unfortunately, once men get used to that, they are not able to perform with their wives. Yeah, so there are a lot of things, and young people, even in the Christian circles, because of course they're afraid, of course, not willing to expose themselves to sex outside marriage. They got involved in other things.
Yes. Yeah, young Christian men.
Christian, they got involved in other things. You are not doing it, but you're getting involved in other things.
According to them, but they are doing it.
Yes.
It is prostitution. Yeah, clearly.
So those things, masturbation, pornography, and even as you get into marriage, you find out it becomes a challenge.
Yeah.
You're transitioning now from this to the reality. To the reality.
Because that's acting.
Because you are used to just that immediate stimulation, and people get hooked because it changes your brain. Pornography changes your brain.
So how do you keep, do we call it the fire burning in your marriage for 45 years and not contemplate going to watch what other people? Doesn't it get boring?
Marriage.
Being
Sex
together.
in marriage for 45 years
Does
with
it
the
get,
same person. And because there's young people who say the same person.
I hear them say that, but they are following what the Mzungu is saying out there. Yeah, even without
I think
thinking.
you want to commit to one person for the rest of your life? What do you mean? You
That's
know?
how it's supposed to be because we're not animals. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, we are copying out there. I think he said about loving each other.
Yeah.
And when you love each other, you will sacrifice. You'll go an extra mile for the other person. If the other person is not ready, and because you love them and you don't want to hurt them, you will listen to them and you'll bear with them.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, because it's not an object you have with you.
Yes.
It's your wife, it's your husband, and you love that person.
Yes.
So when they feel they are not ready for that one, for that day, they should understand. Yeah, because of love, because with
And
love
women have been known to also fake headaches.
Because
we don't know.
you see, that's why I said because they are different.
Yeah.
This time she's not at all
She's not
ready.
in the mood.
Yeah, because they have their season.
Yes.
They have their season, right? And she's not.
Yeah.
She's not. And also, how do I escape this? Or perhaps, and like we said, and perhaps it's just about this man, right? Because if it's just about this man, many women are said to many men to leave their wives hanging up.
Yes.
You know, they are not able to reach
to satisfy them.
And they have hang-ups. They are left there, and eventually they become cold.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just about you and you and you and you. Yeah, and therefore they'll have headaches. Because it's just about you, not about them.
Yes.
It's supposed to be mutual.
Yeah.
Of course, it cannot always be because men are different. Yeah, men are different than women. But of course, it should be such that the woman also have their own times, right?
Wow.
So it's a very, very important area.
Yes.
But to avoid boredom, you know, people need to, the two have to really be friends, right?
Oh, yes.
And do a lot of things together, right? Learn things together, have some common interest. It's not just being in the house. You can go and watch this, you can go and do this. Sindio?
Yeah.
But at least develop some common interest. Otherwise, it can be boring. If everything becomes routine.
Yeah.
Step out of the house whenever you are able to step out of the house. Sindio?
Yeah.
But loving one another, I think, I don't know how we cultivate that. To me, that's what stands most.
The love.
Yeah, the love. Yeah, because at times even when I'm disappointed with him, just over anything, he will send me and I'll do it because I know I have that love. Even when I was disappointed with him, yeah, I'll do it. He will send me I wasn't feeling like I want to do it, but I'll do it simply because I know I love him.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fake it. It is there. So for me, I think
love is the first thing. The commitment. I love this person.
Yes.
We will work together. We will do what it takes. Yeah? And it takes hard work.
Yeah.
Love takes hard work.
It is.
Sindio? But people spending time together, and we spent a lot of time together, even those days, those early years, having lunches together, blah, blah, and people wondering, what? So you came from the same house. Where are you? Why are you having? Why are you having lunch together?
Yeah.
We learned swimming together, trying to just be adventurous.
Oh, nice.
Try to play learn to play lawn tennis together. Just looking for common areas.
Interest, yeah.
Common areas of interest.
Yeah. I'd like to ask you about money. What works for you and what would you advise? Because apparently finances is now the number one cause of divorce. People arguing about money. Conflicts about money. Whether it's too small, whether it's a lot, still brings a lot of conflict. So what would you do? You believe in our money? Or it's my money? Or yours is for both of you and hers is hers?
Let her give her her take. What has she seen?
There are women who advise wives to have secret money.
Or secret accounts.
Yeah, secret accounts. Just a woman must have some money that no one knows about.
I think when a woman has money that the husband doesn't know, there must be a reason. There must be a reason as to why she's doing that. But if both of them are open with each other from the word go, or even if it's not from the word go, as they mature in their marriage, I think the money should be for both of them. Because nobody is hiding anything. Nobody has a secret account or a secret something somewhere. They go and give money out there. So if they are doing their things on the table, there's no reason why a woman should have her secret account. Okay, if we talk about ourselves, I do have my account, but
it's not a secret.
It's not a secret because I'll give him even my ATM card. I'll give him my my PIN. Yeah. So the reason why I think they have the secret account is either because the money is also secretive somewhere. He's doing some other things, so she's not secure. But the moment you are secure,
you're open.
Yeah.
Insecurity is I think is one of the things. But so long as she feels secure, and what I have is ours, because my account, I have no secret account. My account, she's a signatory, you know. So, but she has her account, Sindio. Should she want to surprise, you know, something, her own clothes, she wants to buy something, I don't have to. Sindio, if she wants money, she'll ask, but if she has, So, but we have no secret when it comes to money. And why? Because there is trust. There is no money I spend secretly out there. Yeah? Imagine when the wife feels there is some money, how you spend your money.
While washing your clothes, she finds receipts.
Sindio, you spend your money out there secretly. Then, of course, that will inform that decision. I also need to have my own. I'm not sure I'm secure. I don't know what could happen in the future. And I want to have some little money somewhere. But if the relationship is transparent, then my money is our money. Yeah? That doesn't mean she cannot have her own account. Sindio? But a question of, do I need her money? Don't I need her money? Because she's not having a lot of money, but at least some small kitty somewhere for herself. She doesn't have to ask me for money to buy her perfume. Yeah, and all that. But my money is our money.
For the grandchildren.
The last one I would like to know, what is the secret, or no longer a secret, to a healthy marriage? You can just mention one or two each. Things that someone needs. Maybe someone is watching and they're planning to get married this year, or they're in a difficult place in their marriage. What would you say has sustained you 45 years in marriage?
I think openness. Openness has sustained us. And that loving each other, knowing that you married your friend. You didn't just get married out of pressure or out of desperation. Yeah, I know that one may have said it's not good to get married either because you have been pressurized, out of pressure, because you have seen all the other people have gotten married. So now you just take whoever comes on your way. Yeah. So I think desperation, that one. People should not get married because they are desperate. You get married to somebody you feel that you'll walk an extra mile for them. Through thick and thin, you'll walk an extra mile for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So openness.
Openness, yes.
Good, yeah, that openness, like she said. And we must all appreciate that you're different. Right? And therefore conflicts are a must, and they are there to be sorted out. Right?
Yeah.
Someone says opposite attract. Generally you attract your opposite. Initially you're attracted by the strengths, but soon enough you start seeing weaknesses. And even if you leave this one and the other one and the other one, you find that everyone has weaknesses. She has a lot of weaknesses, I do have a lot of weaknesses. And up to now we still talk about how
Yeah.
Because
mine are more.
Are they growing?
No, they're going down as years move.
And people should really focus on their strengths. Yeah, yes, we all have weaknesses, but what is her strength? What is my strength?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we build on that. But expecting a perfect marriage partner will never happen. Will never ever happen. Imagine how boring it would be if you attracted your exact personality. That every time everything is yes. I agree with you. It would be boring. It's fake. Right? It is fake.
Yes.
So we must agree that you are different, and therefore we will differ in so many ways. Conflicts are part of marriage. The question is, how do we resolve them? And generally, even from other normal relationship, when people are friends, it's easy to talk about things.
Yes.
Yeah? When they are friends.
Yeah.
So you must work on friendship. Yeah, friends open to each other. They do things together. They learn together. They play together.
Yeah.
Yeah? And when there are issues, they sit and ask themselves without anyone holding so strongly to their position.
Oh, yes.
So it is so important at least to know, you have your reason, I have my reason. I'm seeing it like this, and you're seeing it like this. How do we come to a point of convergence? Yeah? And if the man is fully responsible, if he's taking leadership, if there is a tie we cannot agree, then the man should exercise that leadership. Because he's accountable before God for his family. Yeah? He's accountable before God. If there are mistakes, it's him.
That is whether you are a believer or not.
Whether you are a believer or not. The man, as God's appointed head, then is responsible. So marriages are hard, for sure. Without culture, without strong religious beliefs, marriages can't work. Yeah? They have to have a foundation. And here for us as believers, the foundation is the Word of God. Yeah? Love does, love doesn't.
Yes.
And then so long as we apply that,
we are good.
Then we are going to go.
Wow.
But realizing we are human beings, then we also have our own interactions. How do friends do things together? Friends spend time together.
Talk. Friends talk.
Sindio?
Yeah.
I can tell you about her family, everything about her family.
Oh.
Because we've talked, she knows everything about my background.
Do you know everything about each other?
Huh?
By 45 years now. Do you know everything about each other?
No, for me.
Can you answer her texts? And the person doesn't know. 45 years. You're still learning each other.
Because you're still different in the way we do things.
Oh.
Yeah?
And you're still growing.
And you're still growing.
And something can happen. Like now, I can't remember what happened. something can just crop up and you see the way the person has behaved. You never thought that person behaves that way. Yeah, for all the years. So it's just something that has happened. So, wow, okay. I never knew he could behave like that. Yeah. So for me, I usually tell him, I don't think I know you fully. Yeah.
Because different seasons.
Yeah. You didn't meet him as a grandfather.
So different seasons reveal the
He was only
person.
20, in his 20s.
27.
Now we're in our
you
70s.
got married at 27.
Yeah, he was 27, I was 24.
And that time, were you early? Was it too early for you?
No, generally that was the, in our time, generally that was the age
for people to get married.
You have finished school, you have started working, so what are you waiting for?
Hey, 24. And would you be okay with your daughter getting married at 24?
I don't know. I don't know, because things have really changed. Yeah. Things have really changed.
The times have changed, right?
Quite much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. We have learned a lot, and it's always good to celebrate people who have stayed in marriage. You know, we all have reasons, but then I always think every couple, everyone has a reason to live. If you wake up looking for a reason, you will find a reason to live. But we celebrate people who have stayed, people who have honored God, and people who are still thriving in their marriages. As an example, even to the younger generation, that marriage still works. It works. It has worked for 45 years. So we have a reason to celebrate. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being so open about your journey. And we really appreciate that. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy anniversary. And we pray that the Lord will add you more years. You'll call us here for 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Very soon. 50 years of marriage we celebrate. It's just in 5 years.
Yeah,
right?
we look forward to it.
Look forward to it, right? So God bless you. Thank you for welcoming us in your home as well. And thank you for being part of the show.
Welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. Let me know what you have learned in the comment section. Any question that you have. My number is always on the description of my videos. Let me know what you've learned today. And thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Bye.